Yeah, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'd like to review the title Silent Service, which was released within the past year by U.S. Manga Corps. Um, Now, I don't consider myself exactly what you call a patriot, and I certainly don't object to a little bit of anti-American rhetoric. Even when in an anime, the President of the United States receives a dossier entitled Reoccupation Plans for Japan, I flinch, but that's about it. This anime, however, is kind of pushing my limits. Silent Service is adapted from a manga by the same name by a mangaka by the name of Kaji Kawaguchi, I believe is his name. It just finished up its run within the past couple years over in Japan. It tells the story of Japan's first nuclear-powered submarine, the Seabat. It's the product of joint U.S.-Japanese cooperation in engineering, and it's slated to begin its maiden voyage with the U.S. Navy. However, things don't go as planned. Commander Shiro Kaeda is a man with a mission, and in one of the major oversights of the series, it's not revealed until well into it exactly what his mission is. On his own accord, he renames the ship with the patriotic title Yamato and sets out on a campaign of subterfuge and obfuscation, lashing out at both the U.S. Navy and the Japanese. His motivation for doing it isn't entirely clear, which is one of the major objections I had to the anime, because in the manga he came across his reasons were stated clearly. He wanted to unite the world under the auspices of the UN rather than embroil Russia and the United States in their continuous squabbling for superpowerdom, and he wanted to make nuclear technology safe forever. In the anime, however, he comes across as nothing more than a right-wing kook. His logic is flawed, and his seemingly miraculous ability to know what the United States government and the Japanese government is about to do is absolutely ludicrous. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. You're thinking, okay, Dan and Fiona, but what about American right-wing movies? Aren't they making the same sets of mistakes? Well, think about that early 80s hit, what was it called? Red Dawn. In that one, the Russians and the Cubans invaded the western half of the U.S., and it's up to Patrick Swayze and a group of high school students to restore freedom and democracy. That was seen as pretty silly at the time. It seems silly in hindsight. There's just no two ways about it. By contrast, Silent Service is downright disturbing. We're supposed to empathize with an aseptic submarine commander who forsakes his kin and his country for a nebulous goal, and has a psychic ability to know exactly what he's getting himself into at all times. So, for all that, I'd have to give this movie a C. It's not a good movie, but it's an important movie. It's important because, as I said, it discusses the right-wing issues that were confronting Japan, the nationalism that confronted it in the late 80s and early 90s. So if you're a student of Japanese culture and you're looking for a perspective on militarism, I'd say recommend it. But if you've got beer and pizza for Saturday night, you might want to rent something else. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty serious.
Yeah. It's just not entertaining. It's all right, but it's just not entertaining.